The homeless problem. There is a solution, but let's look how it happened. It happened because the borders are wide open and all kinds of drugs, fentanyl, mostly crystal meth, and other drugs are flowing into the United States, maybe even from Canada. But the amount of drugs that are coming in is so high that people become addicted. And these drugs are not clean. They're not pharmaceutical. They could be a mixture of many other drugs. They could be synthetic, they could be designer, it doesn't matter. And it's an epidemic. You can go to any small town in America and you can talk to the chief of police and he'll tell you what the number one problem is in his little town. And he'll tell you that it's crystal meth or something similar to that. So that's the problem for homelessness. That's what's created homelessness. So the next question is, why haven't the politicians done something about this? Are they ignorant or are they stupid? They must know. The DEA knows. Okay. So the question is, are the politicians bought and paid for by banks, cartels, or are the gangs and the cartels threatening the politicians with violence? Because the politicians are not doing what they have to do to solve the problem. Think about that. Why aren't they? Why aren't they solving the problem? Seattle, Portland, San Francisco, Los Angeles. I was a victim. I lost $300,000 on the sale of my house because homeless people had invaded my property. That property was supposed to be my income as a rental and inherited to my daughter. And it's all gone. I had to just sell it and get away from it. The police did nothing. The courts did nothing. Everything was all messed up due to COVID. It's about a 3-year process of hell. I'd get calls that were unbelievable. I'm surprised I didn't have a heart attack. So let's go back to how do we solve the problem? Okay, the first thing is you stop all the drugs from coming in and these people getting addicted and their brains getting destroyed by non-pharmaceutical crap. That's how it all happened. Their brains are fried. They're zombies. Okay? And those people who aren't zombies need a chance to rehabilitate. And building these tiny little homes in Los Angeles or wherever for millions and millions of dollars, where they cost $500,000 to build a box, that's got to be the stupidest thing of all time. But then again, stupidity rules in the world in every sphere that you can think of. Okay? Humans are stupid. Really stupid. All right, so unfortunately, there's only one answer. And that's business. And so what you do is you get the people who aren't zombies, who aren't mental cases, and you create a big facility for manufacturing where they're paid small money, which allows the manufacturer to manufacture inexpensively. You feed them and give them housing. All the money they make can be saved for them to get a future someplace else. This is the only solution. Business, manufacturing, whatever. Put the able-bodied people to work. The other solution is to legalize drugs, because people are going to do things no matter what. We saw prohibition. That didn't stop alcohol. All it did was create organized crime. Okay? Right. People do what they want. Okay? If you're a drug addict, you're going to be a drug addict until you decide to stop. Same with alcoholism. So we have to have business step in and solve the problem. They benefit with low wages. Now, somebody's going to have to give them a place to live. Well, there's a lot of prisons that are vacant. I'm sure there's hospitals, hotels, whatever, vacant. Okay? There are vacant areas that could be turned into an enclosed facility, almost like a prison, to where manufacturing could happen. There's not enough money to house all these people, and there's not enough money to put all the mental cases in some sort of an institution. Even if we had the money, well, we do have the money, but it would cost billions and billions of dollars to build mental facilities and to house these people. The problem is only going to get worse. It's not going to get better because the drugs are going to keep on flowing in. Okay? And poor people who can't get jobs are almost forced to sell drugs because they can make a lot of money. But when you're selling these drugs, you're either going to end up in jail or dead, or addicted. So it's a drug problem. The homeless problem is a drug problem. And the politicians aren't doing the things that are required to solve the problem. I lost $300,000 on the sale of my house due to homeless invasion of my property. And I'm not the only one. And these people that are homeless or crazy are attacking normal citizens. Are you going to be the next victim out of just pure chance, walking on the street? I mean, this is America. It's so sad. You can't walk down the street of your city because some crazy person is going to attack you. That has to end. It's unacceptable. And the politicians aren't doing what they have to do to solve the problem. I'm so sad because America is not the wonderful place that I grew up in. And there's some great places still left in the United States, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. But is America going to be destroyed by its enemies? Whether it's China or Russia, or some sort of hack on the grid, we don't know. But if it is a concerted effort by the cartels, China, Russia, whomever, we are number one. You cannot take America down militarily, so you have to do it internally. Destroy the social fabric and the people. And whoever is behind everything, they're doing a great job. So follow the money, because that's always the answer. Thank you for listening.